Anomi is definitely a theatrical experience. I texted Kalyani and Dulkar after watching Loka saying that I've been a huge fan of Vampire. I just suddenly felt like, I should stay away from Malayalam cinema. That happened because, see, I have this bad habit of, trying to be happy all the time. Because I feel, everybody is, looking at me, everybody is noticing, so I have to have this happy face. Like, there are so many films we can say, there is no introduction music, there is no dust, just hero comes. Be it Laletan or be it Mammuka or be it anybody. I like that kind of film. See, I am a person who don't like to cry in front of people. I mean, of course, on screen I have to, but not in my real life. I will not cry, not even in front of my mother. Because I feel that will make her really sad and I cannot do that to her. Like in Stranger Things, I was thinking if there is really a parallel world, I would have just gone there and lived happily maybe. I think this is like a pattern being followed from so many years that an actress will get married at some point and after that she will not act. It's like, I don't know who said this or who did this first. I cannot, ask more money because my previous movie was a hit. Because I was just a part of it. But still it pains me sometimes that, within 1 or 2 films, a hero will be asking in crores maybe. Because just 1 or 2 films ran. But as a female actor, we'll again, go through the same process, negotiate.
Mritu towels from Ramraj, premium cotton and bamboo towels. Super soft, super absorbent.
This festive season, travel the world with Grand Royal Tours. We Care Super Shield 100 Ultra defends broad spectrum sunscreen with 100 SPF. Buy now.
Hello Bhavana.
Hi.
So glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
23 years, 89 films, and this is your 90th film, Anomi. Okay. First, let's get this out of the way. What is Anomi?
See, Anomi is the lack of social order. I mean, that's what it means. Even they came and narrated the script. I had a problem with the title. I was like, what? What is Anomi? Even I didn't have. I had to Google. So it says normlessness. So there are certain norms to the society. So Anomi, I mean, literally, that is what they meant. But in the movie is, what can I say to put it in one word? Anomi is a emotional journey with a lot of surprises for the audiences, with a lot of unpredictable moments, and a sci-fi element to it. Maybe the first time I'm doing something, to do with sci-fi.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the coolest part of the teaser that they released some time back was they said reintroducing Bhavana as Zara Philip. Why are you being reintroduced?
That's because, see, I started doing film from a very young age, say 15, 16. And without even me realizing, I was just, falling into that stereotypical way of characters. Like, they will come and tell me that your character is so bubbly, talk a lot, so tomboyish. So I've been hearing this a lot. It's not that I'm not happy with what I did. Like, I have had such good journey in Malayalam and even Tamil and Telugu. I've done good roles. It's not that none of my characters were like just come and go for songs. It was not like that. I had good roles, but it was not like, so different or something like that. Everything was like easy for me. Like emotions will be there. I'll be happy, I'll be dancing with the hero, I'll be crying, all that things will be there. But this came, when Anomi came, even I was also craving for something different. It's not, say that some 10 good films will be, happening in Malayalam a month. I cannot expect them to call for all the 10 films. Only if the director or the scriptwriter feels that, okay, Bhavana should do this film. Then only they will call me. I cannot call them and say that, please cast me in your films. It doesn't work like that. So when Anomi came, I was thrilled. I was like, oh my God, I want to do this. This is very unique from what I have done before, like all these 89 movies. It is definitely, this Zara Philip is definitely on a different path when it comes to emotions, life situations and everything. So I immediately grabbed it. I was like, yes, we are doing it. From the word go, I was in. From the day one itself. The team is new, director is new. and everything just worked out like that. So that is the reason they actually asked me if they can put reintroducing Bhavana. Is that okay for you? I said, please do.
So this is, in other words, this is a Bhavana we have not seen earlier.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm reinventing myself through
On
this
screen.
movie. Maybe, yeah, let's.
Nice. So you said the journey, the emotional journey really appealed to you. Without spoilers, can you tell me like one or two things about the character that you felt was like, wow, okay, this is really nice?
So, Zara Philip is a forensic analyst, you know, and she's very bold and feisty young lady, and so, you know, sort of kind of girl who's so composed, maybe on the outside, but she's deep down, she's emotionally very vulnerable. I can tell that maybe somewhat I'm like that. Personally, if you take Bhavana and Zara, there's a lot of connections like that. Because on the outside, I always try to be like so bold and so, yeah, I have everything under control kind of thing. Even Zara does that. But deep down, she's very, very, very vulnerable. She is very emotional. And she's very, very attached to her younger brother. So something happens to her younger brother. She's like, you know, deeply affected. So, yeah, then I don't want to say that. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, so that's kind of the part of the character that appealed to you.
Yeah.
So this is your 90th film. So on the one hand, you have your beginning 2026 with this new film.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we ended 2025 with a verdict. What is the headspace? This is a good, like, what is the headspace you're in right now?
It is very complicated to say it in one word. I'm going through like a lot of emotions. Someday I'll be like, you know, okay. Someday I'll be try to be okay. Some days I'm not. So it is like this, you know. So I cannot just say one word that this is what I'm going through. It is a mix of emotions, which I have to handle. You know, like silently battling or yeah.
When I was told about this interview, one thing that struck me was like what a difficult position this is, because on the one hand you have to deal with something, on the other hand you have a movie to promote, and both of them coming kind of so close to each other, that cannot be easy. And just like I was a little like, how do we do this, you know, like I was not sure that, but is it easy for you to talk about all of this?
It is definitely not easy for me. See, I have this bad habit of, you know, trying to be happy all the time. I'll see, maybe because I started all this from a very young age, deep down I know that I have to be pleasant and I have to be presentable in front of people. That even if I am like going through a very tough phase in my life, when I come out to face camera and people, I'll put an extra effort to be happy. Like that is, I don't know, that even if I don't want to do it, it comes like that, you know, naturally. Because I feel, no, everybody is, you know, looking at me, everybody is noticing, so I have to have this happy face. So that is there. Then, I took almost like 1.5 months, like sitting in my safety bubble, maybe I can call it like that. I've been slacking a lot. Like I'm just sitting at home. I'm not ready to step out and.
This is after the verdict.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was not ready to face people. I don't know. Like I put myself in a very comfortable position where I see only my family and close friends. I was very comfortable that nobody would judge me, I know. So when I came for the interview, I was okay sitting in the car, even though I had a bit of anxiety and all this, even today morning and all, while I was getting ready, I was like, no, it's okay. But I reached here, the moment I got down from the car, I was having palpitations, I just went blank, I don't know whether to smile or not. I was just having, I don't know how to describe it. I was just again thinking, oh my God, what should I do? That is the nervousness and anxiety. But I know, like, I cannot be in that position forever. I have to come out today or tomorrow. And that too with my movie release. I have so much faith in this movie and I love playing this character. I loved working with the whole team. I cannot let them down. I cannot just, tell them that no, I'm not okay, so I'm not coming. And they are very honest people. They might even say that, okay, you take your time, like you do it your way. But me being a professional, I can't do that. I cannot let the whole team down because, I'm going through something. So I am trying to keep everything aside and come out and promote this movie because I myself want, it's not because I acted in this movie and this is my movie. I truly believe that this movie deserves a chance. So I have to do it. I cannot let this team down because of this. I'm sure if anybody in this movie, be the director or producer or anybody in this movie would have done the same thing for me. Even if their personal life is collapsing, I'm sure they will not let that affect their professional life. So I owe them that.
After Adam Joan in 2017, you had a long stint away from this industry and you did a lot of Kannada films. Now when you look back about that stint, did it feel good to be away from here? Was that at least one way of insulating yourself from everything that was happening here, working in Kannada cinema?
See, Adam Joan happened and it was, I never plan anything nowadays. Like it was never my plan or something, but it just happened like that. I just suddenly felt like, I should stay away from Malayalam cinema. That happened because maybe that was a momentary thought or whatever, I don't know, but I felt comfortable that way. I did Adam Joan, I got married, I shifted to Bangalore. I was coming down, I was being with my family and all that, but somewhere down the line, I was feeling comfortable that, okay, I'm not here, that I'm not knowing anything. So I took that sabbatical, it was my choice. Even then, some of my close friends from Malayalam industry were constantly calling me and asking, do this movie, at least listen to this movie. From Ashikabu to Prithviraj to Jai Surya, even one Mamuka film. But I said no. If you ask me why I said no, I really don't have an answer for it. But that time I was okay with it. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I feel I'm good here. I don't want to break that bubble and go. And it took time. It was almost 4 to 5 years, I think. And I had no plans of doing Malayalam films. I was doing Kannada films. And I was just doing my work and coming back home, just watching something. I was in that comfort zone. Then when they called me for Endikaka Kuru Premo Undarno, which was my Malayalam film after that break, my immediate response was no. They called me and I said no. And they said, please listen to the script. I said, no, I don't want to listen to the script.
It's a very sweet film.
Yeah, it is a very sweet film. And they said, please just give me 10 minutes, please listen to the script. And I said, no, Vana. See, if I listen to the script and if I like the script, I might feel bad that if I'm saying no. I said, no, it's okay. But then they were trying from different sources, some friends and everybody asked me one question, that what are you gaining out of it? That you are staying away from Malayalam cinema. Just one thing, just what are you gaining out of it? And what is the point? Then I didn't have an answer. I was like, okay. So, how I took that decision to stay away from Malayalam industry, just like that, I said, okay, I'll listen to the script. And I did. And I knew that it was not like something out of the box which nobody has said or something, but I thought, okay, this is a very small, sweet film. Maybe I should do it. So that's how I committed Endikaka Kuru Prema Undarno. And then I've been working in Malayalam and Kannada, both.
So was the return easy? Was it, because sometimes what happens is what we imagine in the head is worse than what the reality is.
Yeah.
So was it like that or?
No, one thing happened to me was when I came back in 2023 was the release. A lot of things happened in terms of cinema and the world and everything. Corona happened, OTT happened. So when I came back, I came with that 2017 mindset that if it's a good movie, it will run. If it's a bad movie, it will not. Then only I realized now there is another category called OTT movies. So there are people who will go to the theatres and say, no, this is an OTT movie. So they will wait until it comes on OTT and they will watch. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, so that was a learning experience for me also. It didn't do really well in the box office. But when it came on OTT, I got so many messages, so many calls, so many reviews and everything. So that was a learning lesson for me. I said, okay, so there is another category called OTT. So, yeah, so I feel that was a learning experience for me as well.
Right, but Anomi is a big screen experience,
Yes,
right?
it is.
You are positioning it, as in the director told me that this was being projected as this big. It has music by the music director of Animal. It has these, everything else is like you kind of.
I don't want to say Anomi is a female-led movie or something. It is a good content-oriented movie, and each and every actors in it have equal breathable space.
Okay.
Everyone, from me to Rahman sir to Shebin Benson, Binu Pappu, Vishnu Agastya, everyone, even Arjun, everyone has excelled in their characters. So this is not. I don't want anybody to see it as a female-led film. No, it's a content-oriented movie. It has everything in it. Like I said before, the music, the sound, the visual, everything is like emotionally synchronized. That's what Anomi is. Like I said, Harshavardhan. He has done movies like Animal and Arjun Reddy. So that was a big decision, from the production and directors. They were actually looking for some other options, and I don't know. So they ended up having Harshavardhan, which was a big win for us. I was like, oh my God, really? Because Animal was like, the music was really good, especially the background score and that fight sequence and everything. And I was like hooked to it. So it was a big win, and it happened without, planning. So that's what I don't believe in planning anymore. I used to. So it all happened like that, a drop of a hat. They took decision, they contacted him, and some conversations back and forth, and he finalized. So that was good. And then our camera is Sujit Sarang, who did Dear Comrade.
Yeah.
That now he's doing that one Telugu film called Agasham Lokatarana. He is a really good technician. And when it comes to sound, see, I will not say that I have knowledge about all this technicalities and sound and everything, but they will tell me, they will inform me everything. So when I listen to it, I'm like, oh really, wow. Because in this movie they have used a new sound design software called Sound Particles.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the first time in India we are using it in Anomi. And they have used it in movies like Weapons and Dune, Oppenheimer. So they have officially confirmed this, that Sound Particles team. They have officially confirmed this. So all these small things, makes this movie big. And I was so impressed by the storyline, the character arc and everything. So Anomi is definitely a theatrical experience, which people should experience, feel it in their heart or whatever. Like, it's just not a story on screen, it's an experience. That we can assure you.
Bhavana, you started acting at a very young age. What kind of actor were you then? Because I think most younger actors are basically, from what I've read, and also I've spoken to a couple, they've said that you just listen to whatever the director says and do that kind of a thing. But as they grow and get used to it and start thinking and grow up as an adult or whatever, then they start realizing that there's a lot they can do with acting. How have you transformed as an actor?
See, like I said, when you are 15, 16 and all, you really don't have the idea of what really this industry is, like how big this industry is, how this is going to be recorded forever. We'll not think like that. I got into films and my happiness was, hi, I don't have to go to school anymore. That was my first thought. It was never like, oh my God, this is cinema, this is big.
This is an art.
Focus. Yeah, that is going to be whatever you do on screen, it's going to be recorded forever. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, as in like, we'll not think like that. We'll not think that deep. So it was like that. The first movies and all, whatever they explained it to me, I'll just do it. And I didn't even know what prompting was. They asked me, you want prompting the first day? And I was like, what is that? I didn't know that. But then, being a convent product, I was all happy to mug up all my lines. That's actually what making all my, making easy to do Kannada films and all for me. So I just mug up all the lines, and I'll do whatever they want, and they'll be happy with it. And I was also like, yeah, okay. So all the teenage, and then 20s happened. For me, like, yeah, I'm an actress, I'm doing films, that's all. Then eventually you will get that. You are in a very serious profession. You have to think about your character. You have to put in effort. It was like all comes naturally. Yeah, you come just say, giggle this and say, yeah, okay, I'll do that. But then I started thinking, like, why this character is behaving like that. I think it comes naturally for every actors maybe. So that's when I started taking things very, very seriously. It's not that I have given some Meryl Streep performance so far, but still, I'll try to give my best. Every time I get a character, I'll think about, like, what should I do and what should not I do. And I don't want to look so mechanical in front of camera. I don't want to, like, people say that. So I mean, as an actor, I don't want to be predictable. I don't want people to say that this is what she's going to do next. So I try to challenge myself every day. I'm learning and unlearning every day. Yeah, that's what I do now.
Do you remember, like you just mentioned, do you remember roughly the time or the movie during which this transition happened, that you started thinking, what I've been doing so far, I should try and change that? Do you remember the time, like, roughly?
Not exactly, but I started watching a lot of films. See, if you ask me, as a teenager, I was just sticking on to all these rom-coms and feel-good films. Like, even in Tamil or Malayalam or, Hindi, I was that girly girl. Like, I'll just sit and watch. If my brother watched a lot of films, like a lot of English movies, Korean films, and I was like, I don't want that. Because I was not interested watching drama or action. I was more into, like, movies like, that You Have Got Mail, that Jerry Maguire, and all that feel-good rom-com films I was sticking on.
Jerry Maguire is one of my all-time favorite
I love that film. But when you watch it only after maybe, when you are, like, really like an adult, you will feel, oh my God. So I was always that girly girl. That who immediately, start watching Bride's War, Bridesmaid, Devil Wears Prada kind of things. Then, I don't know when exactly, my whole world changed when I watched the movie 7.
Oh!
Yeah. I was like, until then, I was sticking on to, like, the movies I mentioned, and then maybe say, The Mummy, Titanic, and all that famous popular English movies, that's it. I watched 7, I don't remember when and how. I'm pretty sure that my brother recommended it. I was like mind blown. I was like, what? That was another door. It was like another door opening in my brain. And then I wanted to watch movies like 7. Yeah, I started hunting for movies like 7, and I became a hardcore David Fincher fan. Then I'll make sure that I'll watch from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, with a Gone Girl, to everything. Like, all these kinds of movies, I was like, now if you ask me, thriller is my favorite genre. That is also a reason I fell for Anomi the moment I listened to the script. I'm a huge thriller fan. Now I cannot sit and watch a rom-com. I cannot.
You cannot?
I cannot.
Okay.
Like before.
Even to relax or something?
I don't think so. Because I don't know, maybe it's a huge red flag if I say this. I watch a lot of crime documentaries. That's my relaxation thing. A lot of crime documentaries. Like, you name it. In Netflix and Prime, like, I have watched everything from Ted Bundy tapes to Jeffrey Dahmer to the disappearance of Madeleine McCann to Gabby Petito, to, like, all. If you have told me this like 10 years back that you'll get addicted watching documentaries, I would have just laughed it off. I was like, documentaries? No way. But now I'm addicted to documentaries. I don't know what is wrong with me, or is it a red flag? I don't know. My friends actually tease me, like, yeah, this is your kind of thing, watch it.
But why is it wrong?
It's not wrong. Even I don't think it's wrong. But my mother always comes, Amma is like, unaki ide dana, eppa pathali ide dana. But I find it so mesmerizing. Like, the real facts which actually happen in this world, the real stories where people disappear like that and there is no trace. Even now, like after 20-30, I'll just sit and think, like, what happened to her? Like, what happened to him? Like, even the House of Secrets, there's an incident happened in Delhi, and I was like, I didn't know that until I watched the document. I was like, what is happening in this world? Like, all these mysterious, if you just give me something about a UFO or an alien, I'll just sit and watch it in one go. I cannot just sit and watch like Emily in Paris in one go. I'll be like this. I'll be like so fidgeting, restless, but I'm addicted to thriller films. Like, I don't know why. This Zodiac, and I'll watch the movie, I'll make sure I'll watch the real documentary. There is a Zodiac killer, and I'll watch the Jeffrey Dahmer series, and I'll watch the documentary. So all this, and on top of that, I'll read about that also. I'll find everything about that subject on YouTube and everything. You cannot just see my YouTube history at all. Like, everything will be related to this. Everything. Even Netflix started suggesting me things like, you might like this. We think you will like it. All these documentaries and crime thrillers.
Right. Do you think part of that is, it's an obvious question that's coming to you, but do you think that part of this is also because of the crime that's followed you now?
I seriously don't have an answer to it. I don't know. Because, but at the same time, I enjoy series like Stranger Things. I enjoy series like Game of Thrones.
You began this year with a quote from Stranger Things.
True.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah. So, Game of Thrones I watched twice. So, my taste in series and cinema is so eclectic. Like, one day I'll be sitting and watching Gossip Girl, and the other day I'll be watching about Ted Bundy. So that's how it goes. Even I cannot predict my mind these days.
Is it true that you once Googled up about how to become a vampire?
Who said this?
Is it true?
Yeah, it's actually true.
What is this about?
It is, see, I'll tell you what. I'll watch all this, I'll talk about all this. See, people know only the fun side of me. That all these years I have given interviews on how my childhood was, how location pranks, that what kind of fun experience you had in this location, and your experience with working with senior actors. So everybody knows my fun side, but there is a serious side to me which is known only to my close people, to my close friends, that where I sit and talk a lot about maybe these kind of things, and involved in deep conversations and all that. Nobody knows that, because when I stopped giving personal interviews long time back, I come on media only for movie promotions. So then I will be talking only about movies, and then to make it interesting, everything will be asking some fun questions, and I'm a fun person basically. I love to laugh a lot, I love to talk a lot, but only with my close circle maybe. So there is a serious side to me which is not everybody has seen it. But people will be like really like shocked, oh really, like that. So what did you, I digressed.
No, you didn't digress. Anyway, vampire.
Yeah, vampire thing. Actually, it is a very silly thing to do, I know that, but I got so involved with the Vampire Diaries series and the originals. I watched it, and I had this huge crush on Damon Salvatore, and then Elijah, and I don't know, I was so involved in the series, and I started believing that is what I'm trying to say. This series and cinema, it is so powerful that it will make you believe, it will make you convinced that this is real. We know that dinosaurs are not alive, but they can make us believe that it is there. It is not extinct. So that's why we are watching movies like Jurassic Park, and we are like, oh my god, we know that it's not there. So that is the power of series and movies. Things like Stranger Things, even we know that okay, it's not real. But that's how, being a film person, I watched Vampire Diaries and I wanted to become a vampire, there was a sudden urge in me, like, thinking, oh my god, I wish I'm a vampire. So I saw the vampire, I watched originals, and I don't know, I was really curious, maybe, honestly, like, I really wanted to know what is out there. Like, is it really a vampire out there? So I just Googled how to become a vampire. And the Google said some stupid thing, saying that the easier way to become a vampire is, to get bitten from a vampire. I was like, where do I find a vampire for that?
Kalyani Priyadarshan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I texted Kalyani and Dulkar after watching Loka, saying that I've been a huge fan of vampire since Vampire Diaries and the original. So thank you. Even director Arun Dominic, I texted them and I said, thank you for giving us a vampire. It was I love in all this mysteries and all this. I love it. See, whatever I go through, whatever I say, I might talk about some, I don't know, like world ending or maybe something like that. But deep down, deep down, I'm still that girly girl who loves pink and, who still, believes in fairy land and fairies and all that. So maybe because of that, I easily get drawn to this Vampire Diaries. And there's so many things. Like I read Amish book, Shiva trilogy. Oh my god, that is another story that I don't know if it is going to make an issue. Like, I fell in love with that protagonist, that character Shiva, and I was like Googling about him. It's Lord Shiva, I know that, but in the book it was conceived like another person. Yeah. Somebody else, and I was like, thinking, I was searching for this person, like, where do I find this man? Where do I, see him? I wanted to meet him, and I got so addicted with the book, and it was so hard for me. That is a power of books. Nowadays I'm not reading much, but I used to read a lot, and I get so involved, like books like Thousand Splendid Suns and Kite Runner. Actually, Prithvi suggested me to read that book, and I was so lazy, but I read it, I finished it. Thousand Splendid Suns, I finished it, and I just couldn't stop crying. I was just bawling my eyes out. I was crying non-stop. I called him up and I said, why did you do this? Because that character's journey ends there. I cannot find that character in another book. When it comes to an actor, I know that it's acting and I can see that actor in another movie. But I was reading that book, when that character ended there, I felt so lost. I was like, oh my god, I was crying a lot. So these kinds of things moves me, movies, books. So maybe I'm in a imaginary bubble, I don't know.
I love that you use the word bubble often, because I think it's a nice place to be. Like you're there, and I think everybody could use a bubble where you step out of it once in a while, and then you do your things, and then you kind of go back into that where it's kind of this thing. Does your husband live in Bangalore or?
Yeah, he lives in Bangalore.
So that's part of the reason you relocated, and
yeah, I commute Bangalore and Thrissur back and forth.
Okay, now in a recent interview, you said that you prefer to face struggles alone and in silence, and you'd like not to reach out too much. In that case, because what many people have said is one of the first things, like one of the easiest ways to kind of handle trouble is to share it. The minute you share it with another person, the burden gets halved. And if you share it with 3 people, it gets 1/3 like that. So, but when you say this, my immediate curiosity was, okay, but how does she handle it all by herself?
See, I am a person who don't like to cry in front of people. I mean, of course, on screen I have to, but not in my real life. I will not cry, not even in front of my mother, because I feel that will make her really sad, and I cannot do that to her. So I try to protect everyone by, keeping everything inside. This is a very bad habit, but I really don't know how to break it. So when I am going through something, even if it's a small mood swings, I'll immediately deactivate my WhatsApp. There won't be any DP, and it would be like do not disturb or urgent messages only. So immediately my friends and all started messaging saying, are you okay, are you okay? But now they know that I need my space. I might share it with people, but only after, it is like maybe I become calm, maybe after some days. When something happens today, I might cut off from everything and everyone. I'll just sit in one place and I'll just maybe process it. That is, I don't know how to define it. That is a different kind of, mindset, which I feel, no, nobody should be affected by this. Say, I don't want to say it to my mother because I have to protect her feelings. I don't want to share it with Naveen because he will be going through something. So I'll just try to protect others, and I just take all the pain and everything, and I'll just sit in one place. I might be crying for hours. I might be like, sitting blank, thinking, and there will be like so many why. Then maybe after 2-3 days, I'll come out and I'll share it with one of my friends, or maybe a close friend of mine, saying, you know what, this happened last week. So they're like, oh, why didn't you say that? Now they know. That's how it is. It's like a pattern. I really don't know. Like, say, I was not this bubble person before. Maybe that I'm aging, that I'm changing. I don't know. Like, we evolve every day. We learn and unlearn every day. I was a very extrovert person. I just go and share everything to everybody, and I was not aware of, or I was not cared about anything like they're going to judge me like that, they're going to say things like I was not aware of that. I was not bothered by it. And maybe after some years, life happens, then you will take a back seat. Then you will be thinking like, okay, what went wrong? Why did you do that? Then you change. Sometimes you put effort and intentionally change, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're changing. There's so many changes in my behavior, but like I said, deep down I know that I'm that old person, but only to my close people. Other than that, I'm very protective these days. Like, I'm very, like I said before, I have this guard up. I'm scared of saying something. I'm very protective about my mental peace. I'm like, no. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. My friends actually tease me. My friends actually, there would be some function going on, and they have to just pull me, and they will ask me like, please go attend for 5 minutes. I have this severe social anxiety, but again, sometimes we have to do it. It's a part and parcel of my profession. So now we are in an enclosed space. I'm talking to you. I'm okay. I'm comfortable. But if suddenly you put me in front of the public, I don't know how I'll behave. Like, I'll try to be happy. I'll try to be presentable, but I know that I'll be having palpitations and social anxiety, severe social anxiety, but I will be having a very pleasant face and I'll be waving, and so that's how it is. So now I think I'm comfortable the way I am now.
Actually, not to, this interview is about you, but I just wanted to say that I have severe social anxiety as well. One of the things that every time people think that because these interviews are a part of my life and that's my job, and I'm in front of a camera and I'm comfortable now after all these years, they keep wondering, you should be such a party guy, extrovert, whatever. But when I tell them that actually if there's more than 3 people in a room, I get like, oh my God, it's like
exactly.
I
can see that changes in me of late. Yeah.
And
maybe I was not like that before, or maybe I didn't notice. I don't know.
Yeah, and so they find it difficult to correlate that. But then, like you said, the same person can watch Gossip Girl and also watch Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, it doesn't mean that one has to be this or that.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of people are complicated.
Yeah.
That's what it's you don't have to be one.
Yeah. We are wired in such a way that, we can shape shift.
That's a great word, shape shift, yeah. When you say that, you find it so difficult to open up. How did that decision to go on Instagram and say, I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor, and you spoke about that also. How did that decision happen? Because, like you say, if it's like, what did that take?
When it happened, I was like in a cocoon for so many months. I was just doing my shoot in Bangalore, and I'm coming back home, talking only to my close circle. Then actually Barka, that ma'am, she was been calling me for so many years, saying that why don't you give an interview, you don't even have to come, you just be on Zoom and you just give an interview. Twice I said no, it's okay, I don't want to say anything, I don't have anything to say. What is there to say? Like, even if we are trying to be okay, if you're putting our 100%, 100% effort to be, live, to be alive, to be okay, to try to be happy, something will happen. Something will happen and life will pull you down again. And you will be again shattered to a million pieces. And you will again have to pull it together. It is like a process been happening for years, like for continuously. I started thinking that to live a day, to finish a day, I had to put extra effort. I'm like, oh my God, one day is done. So that is a horrible place to be in. That not excited about a day or going out or something like that. I'm like, okay, today nothing happened, thank God. Then I'm sleeping. So, and lot of negative thoughts, and we'll go to a dark place where I don't even want to talk about. It's like such a dark place where you don't even know where to go. Sometimes I like in Stranger Things, I was thinking like, if there is really a parallel world, I would have just gone there and lived happily. Maybe there is an upside down in real, So when Barka ma'am called again, then it was a collective decision from my family and everyone said, I think you should say that. It's time. You should say something. You have to. It's been like you're, on this silent mode for years. It's time. So that's when I said yes. And I had a lot of apprehensions and I was going through again this palpitations and all that. I know that I'm just sitting in my room with a laptop on, but still I know that it's live. And so many people started calling me, oh, you're giving a live. Okay, they're giving this, ad is going, everybody is going to watch it. We are all excited. And again, it's like, oh my God. So that's when I opened up and it was not planned or anything. I was just going with the flow and I just blurted out this, words saying that I'm not a victim or just a survivor. But it became such a strong, usage, it's a strong sentence. That was not planned at all. It just came from within. And I'm happy if somebody else, if even one person finding it, a motivation or like a positive thing in life, I'll be very happy. I'll be very grateful.
There's a pattern here. Like you said earlier, even this was unplanned. You just said that lots of things in your life are not planned, and this thing, which was a very, very important thing that happened a few years ago, even that you're saying was not planned. It's like it's an amazing thing. When you're in that kind of a situation, let's say we take Anomi, right? It's a tough part to play. There are some real life parallels. There's a brother, there's an emotional vulnerability, all these things. Are there times where you have to force yourself to be Zara Philip, and because you're in a Bhavana state of mind at that point, and you're like, just like you're giving this interview right now because you want the movie not to be let down. Are there days where you said that, okay, today's shoot has happened, they've scheduled the shoot, I should not let the team down, and force yourself to go there and act?
Oh, there are so many days like that. So sometimes, some days we get up and we just don't want to go, and sometimes something will happen, maybe a tiny thing. In hindsight, it will be like very tiny, but that day it would create such an impact, in my mind, and I'll be like, again, shattered into a million pieces. Maybe one comment or maybe some remarks, something will hit you like that. And that day will be horrible for me. I feel maybe with one comment or one person's gesture, I feel the whole world is against me. We humans, I think, have that, we'll maybe focus on negative things more. We have that kind of this thing. We are capable of like that, humans, designed like that. Some 100 things will be happening for, good, like positive things. But we tend to look at the one negative thing which is going on in our life, and that will make me feel like, oh my God, the whole world is against me. I have to go through this again. This is a nightmare. But I'll be in the location, I have to go through lines, I have to be present in front of the camera. But then Zara Philip, she is not this bubbly, giggling person. So it was okay for me. Like, she is going through her own trauma, sleepless nights. She is on a different kind of journey, which actually I could relate to it. And most of that. And one thing happened is, I gained weight, okay. I gained weight during the lockdown and even post-lockdown. Even now I'm saying that as an excuse that I gained weight in lockdown. It's been like, I don't know, 10 years. So I gained weight, and when I was listening to the script Zara and...
Oh, it was narrated that long back?
No. They narrated to me in 2022. I was like little chubby, but they were okay with it. They said, see, Zara is like that. Like, she doesn't care anything. She is not bothered about how she looks, and if you look at the outfits and everything, you can see that she's least bothered because she has a different focus in her life. She doesn't care if she eats or not, what is she wearing, if she's looking good. So that helped me, and for me it was like a golden opportunity. I was like, I started eating everything. I was like, yeah, they are okay with it. Zara wants to be like that. So I started eating, I gained weight. So all these things happened, no pressure on me. Nobody, not even one day, the director or the cameraman or the producer, not even one day they said, you have to be like this today. No, they actually traveled along with me. They knew, they gave me that space. For that I'm very, very grateful. They were not pressuring me. They actually, they will understand, they will sense it that if I'm not. So they will plan the shoot in such a way that I'm not like, so affected by it. But there are some days, like we are humans, there will be some days like I'll be like finding it so tough to smile, so tough to like have a conversation with us. I'll be like sitting and sulking. But I think it was okay for Zara. For Zara Philip, I think that mood and everything just fell in the right place.
It looks like when you describe Anomi, somehow it looks like it was the right movie for you at the right time. Is that right?
Yeah, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to typecast myself. I'm not in my 20s anymore. So it was, I want to reinvent myself, So I listened to the script and I immediately gravitate towards it. I was like, this is something is unique and interesting which I haven't done before. So I think we should work on it. And one thing I was so happy was they were very receptive. It's not that when I try to make a suggestion, they'll immediately agree to it because, yeah, the female actress is asking, let's do it. No. They will listen to it. If they are also convinced by it, we will have a discussion about it. And it would be like conversation back and forth, and they will be rewriting and each and every scene, like, and I will ask Riyas that, okay, convince me. Why she is doing it, convince me. And he will convince me also. Then I'll be like, yeah, okay, fine. So it happened even during dubbing. Like, there was a room for discussion, like every day. If I am not very happy with the scene, I had that space to go and ask him why, and why she's doing, how this is happening. If he is not happy with it, he will come and tell me. So we had this discussion. It is very, tough to get such working environment because I cannot do this with a senior director. I can just ask maybe as a doubt, but I cannot just, ask him to change it, correct it or not. It was a collective effort. I have contributed in it, like so many people have done this. So that was a good working environment for me to be in. I felt safe, I felt I belonged. So I think for that, I'm very grateful for the entire team.
You mentioned the term female actor. Way back in, I think 2014 or 15, there's an interview of yours where you mentioned the term female actor. There's an interview of yours way back in 2014 or 15 where you talk about how you have started to turn down films because of the remuneration that you were being offered as a female actor, despite the fact that even if it's a relatively new male actor, they were being offered fancy sums, but this was not happening with you or with other female actors, I'm assuming. Has the situation changed now?
Not really. See, I'm not a superstar. I know that. I'm just an actor, and I really want to do some good films. I don't know like how long I'm going to live. So let me just do some good films and say bye. So I'm not even sure that I'm doing Anomi now. I'm not even sure that next month if I'm going to work or not. There is no assurance in cinema whatsoever. Nobody has given me that guarantee that, okay, I'll give you movies. It's not going to happen. So I have accepted it. unless or otherwise you have your own satellite, this thing, market, whatever, I don't know the terms. I don't have that. I know that. I'm very well aware that I'm just an actor. So sometimes, like with one hit, heroes will be like, on a different level. If you ask me, most of my movies happened before OTT, before COVID. I was very active in Malayalam, Tamil and all, and almost all my movies in Malayalam are like blockbusters.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's because of me.
Yeah. But you were part of them.
Yeah, I was part of it. Like so many blockbusters, from my first film Nammal to Swapna Kudu, then there is Naran, Chota Mumbai. Chota Mumbai even re-released this year, I guess.
Okay.
Honeybee, a lot of movies, a lot of blockbusters. But I cannot, ask more money because my previous movie was a hit. Because I was just a part of it. It's not because of me that movie ran. I know that very well. I have that reality. I know that reality. But still it pains me sometimes that, within 1 or 2 films, a hero will be asking in crores maybe. Because just 1 or 2 films ran. But as a female actor, we'll again, go through the same process. Negotiate. And, only this many days you have. I am not asking to give me like a 10 CR. Give me 5 CR I lack. Then I know that nobody will call me. I know where I stand. So only I'll ask a salary like that only. Like, with my experience, with my whatever value I think I have, I'll ask that only. So sometimes we'll not get that also. They'll be like, oh, please negotiate. So that's how cinema is. But then I know for a fact that I cannot just simply ask a movie. It is all connected to my ability of, bringing audience to the theatres. I cannot, my husband is a producer. Now I am also co-producing this movie. So I am thinking from all the, practical ways. It's how it is. Like if I have the ability to bring audience to the theatres with my poster in it, then I can ask more. If not, shut up and just sit. So I know that. I am not fighting for it because I understand that. As a producer also, I understand that.
But you do realize that after all these years, after all those hits, just like you say that you were a part of the movie and the movie didn't run, because the movie becomes a success because of many reasons. Primarily the script and the writing direction, all those things, because there are many movies with just a hero with a bad script that have also flopped. But like you say, heroes are given a bigger shelf life. Even if 10 movies of theirs flop in a row, and this is not just Malayalam, this is all industries, right? So I don't think there is anything wrong in asking what you think you're worth. Like you said, if it's not unreasonable.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong in it. But then female actors are easily replaceable. That is a very sad thing, but it's a fact. Our, ground beneath us is constantly shifting. See, I'm in my 30s and I cannot expect people to cast me in some love story, college love story or whatever. They will call me only if the character requires an actress like me. So that's how it is. And I think this is like a pattern being followed from so many years that an actress will get married at some point and after that she will not act. It's like, I don't know who said this or who did this first, but this is a pattern. So that is why we get questioned like, oh, will you act after marriage? So it is like a pattern, somebody else have started it. So my husband like always been very supportive. He's like, if you like it, you do it. Not a problem, this is your profession. So I am an actor by profession. We don't even use the term hero or heroine these days. Movie has changed a lot. The whole paradigm has shifted when it comes to films. Till a point, the movie was revolving around 3 people, hero, heroine and a villain. And we all know what is going to happen in the end. The villain will be doing some nasty stuff, hero will be against it, sometimes heroine will be dragged into it. But at the end of the film, by climax, everything will be sorted out, everything will be settled. We know what is going to happen, but even then, some movies will stand out, some films. Even in 90s, I have so many favorites like Devar Magan, then Nayagan. In Malayalam, if you say Innale, there are so many films which will shock you as an audience. We will be like expecting something else and something else will happen. And that is the kind of movies will stay in your heart forever. Rest everything might have made money. But I cannot just, say it some 10 films in one breath. I don't even remember. Only those films who have surprised me has stayed in my mind for so long. So, nothing wrong if it is reasonable, but I don't know, for some reason I think from producer's point of view as well now.
Okay.
I don't know why.
But there is a certain, now that thing is broken, right? Because Nayanthara is acting, Alia Bhatt is acting, there's Deepika Padukone who's acting. So do people still think that way?
No, that's what I said. Cinema has changed a lot,
right.
evolved a lot. There is no hero, heroine, villain anymore. It's all content-oriented movies
Right.
now. We will not even use the term these days. Who is the hero? Who is the heroine? Gone are those days. We'll just say we are all actors. That is a great thing. If you ask me personally, I really love it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that I'm a heroine. Actors, that is really good.
Yeah.
All this stardom and everything, I think it's already fleeting. Like, only actors can survive in cinema, like how maybe Hollywood is. Like, there is no Leonardo DiCaprio in an ass. No, there is nothing like that. I mean, it's all changing. We are all watching it, and Malayali audience, I feel they're the most evolved audience in this country.
Yeah.
They watch all the languages. They watch Malayalam, they watch Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, Korean, Spanish, English, whatnot. They watch everything. So they have this exposure. To satisfy them is not easy. It is very tough. See, I feel that Malayalam cinema has been making great movies since 70s, 80s. Great movies. There are so many great films. But nobody knew. Other than maybe the Tamil, Telugu, Kannada or Hindi industry people, public never knew that.
Yeah.
It's because of OTT, now everybody is praising Malayalam cinema. Even my non-Mallu friends are like going gaga over Malayalam. They're like, oh my God, Bhavana, what kind of movies your industry is making? Even though I'm not in that movie which they're praising, I feel so proud. I'm like, it's high time. It should have, been given this appreciation or credit since 70s, 80s. Because Malayalam always stick to that realism, which is so good.
Right.
Like, there are so many films we can say, there is no introduction music, there is no dust, just hero comes. Be it Laletan or be it Mammuka or be it anybody. I like that kind of films. Like, we are watching a movie, this is a story which all of them are actors in it, like characters in it. That is an amazing change, and I really love that.
So in 2022 at the IFFK, you were a special guest there. The festivals kicked off with a strong socio-political statement honoring the Kurdish filmmaker Lisa Kelan. She lost both legs in the Islamic State bombing in 2015. And then you were the special guest there, and I think Ranjit was there, and he called you a symbol of resistance. Do you think these gestures, do you think they matter in the overall scheme of things? Do you think they are acknowledgements that matter?
That particular incident actually gave me a lot of confidence, because I was, like I mentioned earlier, I was in a cocoon, like safeguarding myself, protecting myself, I was just sitting, behind an invisible wall, talking to only my close people. When they called me for IFFK, I immediately snapped. I was like, no, please don't even think about it. No, I'm not coming. No, they said, no, you have to come. I said, no, you cannot, compel me to do something like that. No, I cannot. Then I cannot say so sternly also, because he's a senior most director who's calling me, and I was like so confused. I don't know, I don't know how I took that decision. I was so fidgetive, I was like so anxious, I was so nervous. I would have asked a million people, and everyone said, no, you have to. I said, it is so easy for you to say that I have to go and attend a public event in Kerala. I don't think I can do that. But there was so many good souls, who stood by me, who actually encouraged me. They got to know about it, and they called me and they said, you should. I still don't know how I appeared on that stage, the same thing, like the palpitation was, I don't know, it was out of control. I thought I might even faint, that it was a horrible moment when they announced him, and they kept it very discreet. Nobody knew that. Only that, close members of IFFK, nobody knew that, especially the public. they were like, it was like a secret mission, you know. They booked the hotel and flight and everything in a different name, and all that happened.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was in that hotel, and some people started calling some of my friends that, is she really coming? We heard a rumor that she's coming. And they said, no, we don't think so. I got ready. I went to that place. I was just, you know, waiting at the backstage. It was like, I don't know. They're like, we will call you in another 5 minutes. And I thought, I'm done. I thought I'll just collapse and I'll just faint or something like that. I was like, I started shivering. My whole body turned cold, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. And they were like, no, it's okay. Just go and come. No problem. Then Chechi Beena Paul was there, and she came and she gave an assurance that don't worry, we are all there. But still, I could hear that people noise, that I know that it's a huge crowd. The moment they announced the name, I don't know, it went blank for me. Like it just, I was like this, then go like that. It was somewhat like it happens in some films, some movies. I got on the stage and immediately I put that I'm okay mask. It comes naturally. It's like, yeah, I'm okay. Then I started waving and doing all this. That crowd, the applause, I'll become emotional when I, you know, talk. That was a breaking point for me, that everybody stood up and they gave me this reception and applause. I was like so moved. I was in tears. I was like, what? Is it really happening? Like that moment, that was a huge moment for me, that I realized I'm not alone. That I'm not alone. There's so many people with me. There are so many people who are supporting this. So I was under this, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm living in a cave or something under a rock. I'm like, I don't want anything to happen to me. I was protecting myself. I will not even read anything. I'll not go into social media. So when this happened in a public platform, it gives me a lot of strength, a lot of courage. For that, I don't know, I owe them, I'm grateful for them for giving me that, you know, to experience that feeling. I was there, and it lasted for so long, and I was like this, I don't know, I couldn't fathom, I don't know, it was so hard for me to be there, at the same time so overwhelming. And I just held back my, I so remember that I held back my tears. I was just sitting there with a smiling face, still with that palpitation. I just said few words, I don't know, 2-3 words. I just went out, I went to the backstage, and I just broke down. And I was crying for hours. My first movie director, Kamal sir was there, and he was like, you know, holding me, and he was like, it's okay. I was crying and crying and crying. I couldn't even get up, and it was like, you know, that what to say, that overwhelming feeling of love and support and strength, which I was longing for so many years, which I didn't even know. That I didn't even know that I was longing for this. Maybe this is what should have happened to me long time back. I would maybe have a, you know, maybe a positive thing. So I didn't even know that, oh my God, this is what I really wanted. It happened at the right time, and I just broke down with tears. The whole night I was just crying. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was crying. I was sitting in that. I went to the hotel and I was crying. I called up my mom. I called up Naveen. I called up some of my friends, and they were all like listening to me crying, because there were no single word. I called them up and I cried. That's all. And my makeup lady, that Jeena Chechi, was there, and she was like, you know, holding me like, it's okay. That was an emotional, I mean, I don't know, it is not easy, you know, to go through something like this, and to have this kind of support, and that I owe to the public. I'm grateful all this. I'm so grateful for all this.
When you talk about the public, it's also a true fact that all of this is unfolding in the social media age. Whether it's Anomi going to be promoted via social media, or probably this interview going to be discussed in social media, or the case being discussed in social media, do you distance yourself from going there at all? Because you mentioned, like sometime back you mentioned, sometimes when I see a comment, it seems as if the whole world is against me. So where do you get that comment from? Sometimes you just go and see what's happening?
I don't read comments these days. I just, because peace of mind, mental peace is very important for me. I cannot damage that anymore, not anymore. I have done that enough, and I don't think I can hold it like that, for longer. So all I can do is I can protect myself by detaching from everything going on in social media. I detach myself from that, whatever toxicity going on. I'll just pretend as if I have nothing to do with it, that I'm not that person. I'm here to promote this movie. I'm an actress. That is the reason I said I'm just a simple human being. Let me live. That sometimes you feel like, you want to scream on top of your lungs saying that leave me alone. Just stop it. Enough. Leave me alone. But I can't do that also. This is like an ongoing battle. It is very tough. Some days are like very, 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 very tough. I cannot even put it in words. So I detach myself from this. I don't read comments. Like whatever support I'm getting, I'm grateful. And whatever hatred is there, it is there. I'm not going to change that. See, I believe one priceless thing in this world is peace of mind. If those people are getting that peace of mind by writing abusive comments about me, let it be. I'm okay with it. If they feel that some people are living in such a, maybe a small world that their world is not even beyond the horizon, they're like okay with it. They might not grow, they might not change. I cannot go and change anybody. So if they're writing something really bad about me and they're getting peace of mind, God bless you, thank God. Leave me alone. If you're getting that, okay. So that's how I treat it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay. If you want to say something, say it. See, all this, there's so many people out there, they don't know anything about it. All these false narratives and half-baked stories and everything. I don't know, maybe they don't have any purpose. So let them, if it is making them happy, let it be.
So when you put out a note after the verdict on Instagram, did it was that your way of saying, this, I've dealt with it, I'm not going to talk about this anymore, end of, like this is what you're going to hear from me?
There might be a time maybe that I'll give a tell-all, that I don't know when exactly, because mentally I'm not ready. So I really can't say when or how it is going to be, but it might happen.
Yeah, and just to clarify, you don't owe anybody anything, like, because like, yeah,
exactly. So if I really feel like doing it, maybe 1 year later or maybe 2 years or 3 years, I don't know when. Yeah, I might do it, or I might leave it just like that. Who knows? I don't know. I'm a very a spontaneous kind of person. I take decisions like this sometimes. Like I said, I don't plan anything because nothing will go as I plan. So I stop planning. It is not easy to see that, it is just all my properly, laid out plans are just, vanishing or just destroying itself. So I will not plan anything anymore again. So I don't know, one day if I feel like telling this to the world or to the media, to the people, I might do it.
And on a closing note, I want Bhavana to tell which let's say, I'll take a random number, 5 favorite characters that you've played are.
5 character, okay, it is very...
It can be 6, 7, whatever, like, yeah.
Okay, I have to say my first character, Parimalam in Nammal.
Yeah.
Which is even now people calls me by name like, hi Parimalam. It is not easy for public to remember a character name. Yeah. So I like Parimalam, I like Devanamathil Samira, I like Chitram Pestadi, Charu. That character name is Charu.
How was Mishkin then at that? This is his first film.
Yeah, Mishkin was amazing. Like I loved working with him. He was so sensible. He even introduced me to a lot of cinema, books, and in fact he gave me a book which I read, that it was Bridges of Madison County.
Okay.
Yeah, and I loved it, and I refused to watch the movie because it was not like what I visualized. Like whenever you read a book, you visualize, you make your own world in your mind. It was, my Thomas Kincaid was nothing like Clint Eastwood, and my Francisca, I guess, was nothing like Meryl Streep. So I refused to watch that movie because no, my character I made up in my mind was totally different. They're wonderful, brilliant actors.
You still haven't seen?
No.
Okay.
But I adore them. I love Clint Eastwood. I love Meryl Streep. Watching them is like a feast to the eyes. But I yet to watch it. I might watch it.
And
yeah, so working with him was an amazing experience for me. So Charu, Chitram Bestari, and I'd say there is a movie I did called Adventures of Omenakutan. I like that character, Pallavi. She was somewhat different from what I played before. Like not that goody girl who does everything good. No, she was not like that. She was a little bit of fraud. I like that. Then of course Zara. Sara, as like I said, I am reinventing myself through Sara. So I really hope she'll give me back that, happiness and that, hard work I put in. So yeah, of course there is Sara. And the list is long, like I can talk about it like, maybe.
I know, you've done so many films. So the thing is, but some will always pop up first, So I just wanted to, I was curious.
And of course, I see the Susi from Deepavali is like, I still get comments like Susi like that. I feel so happy that Deepavali, whenever I get a tag from Deepavali with the song or that comment, I really feel happy. Deepavali is such a cute film, that is.
Yeah.
It's very cute. Yeah.
So all the best for Anomi, and I hope that the film reintroduces Bhavana the way the teaser said, and thank you so much for your time and your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for making me so comfortable, that making me come out of this bubble after a very long time. Thank you so much. That full credit goes to you. I was like shivering in the beginning of the interview. Thank you so much for making me comfortable, and please do watch Anomi.
I would. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Mritu towels from Ramraj, premium cotton and bamboo towels. Super soft, super absorbent.
This festive season, travel the world with Grand Royal Tours. We Care Super Shield 100 Ultra defends broad spectrum sunscreen with 100 SPF. Buy now.